Welcome back to the show. We're joined now by wide receiver Manny Juarez and running back Denzel Thompson. Manny, this offense has some new faces in the skill positions. You know, new quarterback and Brad Crackle. Running backs are new as well. And you're a guy that hadn't seen too much varsity action so far this season, but things have kept clicking very well. What do you think you can attribute that to?
Absolutely. Since basically the end of last season, we just kind of made a pact, you know. We knew we were going to lose a lot of offensive power with the 3 awesome senior running backs and 3-time CCIW Player of the Year in Aaron. So we knew we were going to initially be down, you know, but we didn't let that affect us. We worked in the off season once or twice every week during the off season. We'd, you know, on our own just go out in the res rec and run routes. You know, weightlifting, we always lifted hard. You know, we have our own lifting partners for wide receivers, so. I mean, it was just a mentality that we took as soon as the season ended that we were not going to be down this year as people thought we were.
And Brad's a guy at quarterback. He's come in this season, proven himself off the bat. He's 21st nationally in passing efficiency. As a wide receiver, what are some of the qualities you see in him, you know, that makes him as good as he has been this year?
His ability to just read the defense. I mean, he knows what he has to do. He loves the simple things. He's got a great arm. I'm sure you've seen it. He throws a laser. He can fit in those tight holes, you know. And he's just got a leadership quality about him that, you know, people will rally behind him during hard times in a game.
And Denzel, you're a guy that coming in as a freshman, you know, dealt with some injuries early in the season, and now you're starting to really hit your stride. And the adjustment kind of has been a little bit different for you coming in scheme-wise to this college football and adjusting with the speed of the game, right?
Yeah, college football is way faster than high school. High school is basically, I'm a fast person, you're going to score, but now college is a little different. You have to adjust to the schemes and everything. For me, coming from out of a 3-point stance to 2 was kind of hard early and still now in the season. We were trying to work on my stance yesterday in practice. So basically, yeah.
And you're putting in all that hard work now when you go to Augustana and, you know, putting up 5 yards a carry and, you know, getting some of those bigger carries earlier in the game. That has to feel pretty good, right?
Yes. I have to thank my offensive line on that, too. I have a great offensive line. But Coach believed in me. He believed I could get the work done, and he put me in. So I couldn't let him down, so.
And how's it been working with some guys that do have some experience in the college game, like Nick and Jordan at your position, you know, kind of since day one of training camp?
It's been great. Nick has been like my bigger brother. He has taught me a lot of things, like about the offense and everything. And then enlisted Jordan. Jordan's amazing, as you can see. So me and Jordan we talk every time. So they help me a lot.
And Manny, you were kind of telling me before we got here that you're this guy's big brother this season, kind of helping him out since he's moved in. You know, you've seen a lot of the stuff off the field, but, you know, kind of evaluate Denzel's transition to getting into the college game and kind of starting to get his feet wet.
Initially, when I helped him move in and stuff, you could tell he was a little nervous. But as camp went on, as practices went on, he started getting the hang of it, got the hang of the playbook and stuff. So it's been great so far.
And, you know, a lot of the talk of the offense has been the running attack. They've, you know, kind of stabilized things for you guys. How much of a difference does that make in the passing game with where you as a receiver?
It makes a huge difference. I mean, just the fact that we can run the ball so well just opens up the defense, or it opens up the throwing game. Play action's a huge part of our offense that we use almost every drive, you know. And it opens up great opportunities for us in the deep ball, so it's awesome.
And Denzel, you've kind of already thrown a bouquet their way, but, you know, the offensive line, I know running backs always do. You know, you always see the guys in the pros buying their offensive lines watches, but, you know, this is a veteran group, and they've really been working pretty well this year in front of you, right?
Yes. When I scored my first touchdown, my other bigger brother that helped me move in, Shab, he opened up a big hole, and anybody can run through. And the tackles are great.
And the line has built some great on-field chemistry this season, and part of that becomes players do plenty of activities together off the field. We go inside the group's appetites in this week's Cardinal Corner. A good offensive line works as a unit. With a rushing offense in the top 25 nationally, it's safe to say the Cardinal O-line has been good this season. To help foster chemistry, the line meets regularly outside of football. This week brought the burger special at Rizzo's in downtown Naperville, where the guys exchanged some stories.
And this raccoon would be eating Cheetos, and they're trying to open the door and run in and attack the raccoon.
Will was asleep, so I decided to jump on him. Will looks at me, Dad? I'm like, no.
And they also eat. The group starts out with an appetizer, cheese fries.
Is that parsley?
Crunchy bacon.
No, chives. Just chives and bacon.
The bacon adds a nice little crunch.
Yes,
Nice little chewy crunch.
it is a very tasty waffle fry.
After those are gobbled up rather quickly, it's time to get ready for the main course. And ordering a normal portion isn't an option.
I got 2 fries too. Well, I got 2 burgers and 2 fries.
And when the 13 burgers for a party of 6 make their way out of the kitchen, it's quite a spectacle. Once the food is in front of the largest Cardinals on campus, the table quiets down. But that doesn't mean minds aren't busy figuring out how to attack the beef between the bun.
Just get after that.
See, that's all wrong. You gotta attack it from the front.
Yeah.
Then you slightly move to the right, to the left, back in the middle, back to the right. You should only have 1 more bite.
And Stella should know. The smallest lineman at the table ordered 3 of the half-pound burgers. And after putting down his first 2 rather quickly, he decides to race against the clock for number 3, but not before breaking down his task.
A lot of things are going through my head right now. I mean, I'm trying to think, how big this burger is, how many bites, how I should try to attack this thing. I mean, barbecue sauce too. I'll put some of that on there. You got the heat from the jalapenos. You don't know how your taste buds are going to deal with that thing.
Once the official timer is set up, he's off.
Oh. There we go.
I'm going to choke on this thing. All right.
Animal. He's hitting the wall. Oh, hey.
I'm good.
Oh, there you go. 2 minutes. Look at that.
So with some eating skills and amateur sleight of hand, Stella checks in at 2 minutes flat on the clock. An interesting way to build team chemistry, but for the Cardinal offensive line, it seems to work out just fine. Now, Manny, as we saw in that, those guys eat a lot. Now, pre-game meals, post-game meals, are you guys kind of relegated to the scraps because you have those big behemoths kind of scooping everything up?
Since day one, they always tell us linemen are first. They're the real football players of the team. So, yeah, we let them go first, but they do a good job of refilling the pasta and the chicken for us.
No problem. So, Manny, you're a veteran guy. You've been through this before. You guys are halfway through the season, 5 games in. What's one thing you see that, as an offense, you guys need to work on going into the second half of the season?
I think the main thing that we have to work on is just playing a complete game. Every game we've either started off slow, finish hot, or like this last week, start off hot and then kind of cool down. As Coach said, I think our time is now. We have to play a complete game for the rest of the season, and it'll send us great ways.
And Coach, now I'm going to put this one on you. You can't use the same answer as Manny, but you've seen the body of work that this team has put through so far. What do you want this team to work on? What do they need to work on going into these next 5 games?
Well, perimeter blocking is our biggest area. We haven't got even close to the production that we normally do on our outside plays, and that will open everything else up even more. Being able to just drop back and throw and not have to go to the play action so often to create openings, So the receivers' timing with the quarterback, they haven't had enough time to work on it yet, So it's going to just keep getting better and better. This is the fun part of the year because our best football is going to happen in the next 5 weeks and hopefully for several weeks after that.
And Denzel, as we look ahead to Saturday, the Big Blue rushing defense hasn't been the best so far this season. What are some of the things you've seen on tape going into this week that you guys are going to try to attack?
They have a big defensive line, and I think right now we're trying to go outside basically like Coach said, for the outside blocking, to run speed options and outside zones. So we are really going big on that this week.
For sure. Well, stick around, because coming up after the break, we'll be joined by Clark Tusher to give you all you need to know about Cardinal athletics.